ProVideo is the OSF's main video component. It can be accessed many places in the system. Click on the menu icon in the top left-hand corner, find it under My Apps. On a player profile page in the top right-hand corner. On a squad page down the left-hand side. On the competitions app, on the fixtures under the fixtures, and on any match page. If you click on the ProVideo link, it will start streaming in the pop-up player. However, to get the full experience of ProVideo, click on the link on the top right-hand corner. Within here, you'll see the different icons down the bottom of the page. So if you click on the clock icon, you can choose to go to a particular point during the game. You can skip to a certain minute. You can change the speed at which you're watching the game. You can select different options for the time, what it shows in the timeline underneath the video. You'll also notice in the bottom left-hand corner is the sequences graphic. So this will be showing the different sequences from the right-hand side to what exactly is happening in the sequence. You can remove that by clicking on the settings icon and clicking on sequences here. You can select for more timeline options such as substitutions. We can remove goals and cards. So you've got the sound icon. If the video is available in multiple different camera angles, you can change that by clicking on the camera icon here. You can download the full match by clicking on this icon. You can skip between events using the back and forth button, or you can watch the game in full screen. If we access ProVideo directly from the header menu under My Apps, we'll now be faced with the following screen. Here we can search by team, player or competition, and then there's the ability to search using sequence data or event data. We search for a team. Here we have the option for Nottingham Forest. If we click on this icon here, we can look at their highlights from this season, along with other interesting points, so set pieces, chances created, chances conceded, penalties for and penalties against. These are some snapshot clips that we can just go and look at directly on any team in the system. If we click on Nottingham Forest, down the right hand side now, we'll get their most recent games returned. So as we have the filter set in the top left hand corner, it's 3 months. We'll just bring back the games from the last 3 months. We have the option to change that to 6 months, a year, 2 years, or we can load all video that we have in the system. So if we go back 1 year, those games are now loaded on the right hand side. For each game, obviously you can watch the full 90 minutes by clicking on the play icon, or we can click on the downward icon to view the sequence events in these games. So by default, we can view the sequences. So click on these, it'll take you straight to those events. Using the left hand side, we can actually filter that down even further by looking at sequences that start in a certain area with a certain event, during, So events or sequences that are happening through a certain area of the pitch or with a certain event taking place, and then ending in a certain area of the pitch with a certain event. You can filter that down even further by looking at sequences with a certain width, with a certain direct speed, a number of meters advanced within that sequence. If we're looking at shots, we can look at the XG value of those shots, the expected assist value, and we can look at the number of events in a sequence. So we can filter that down to between 1 and 50 events in a sequence. Alternatively, we can look into just purely event data. So we can ignore the sequence events and just look at event data. As you can see, we've got the different categories here. And obviously you select those and it will filter out those on the right hand side. So if I show you a working example of sequences. So there's two options. So if you want to select an area of the pitch, you can simply drag and click and drag a certain area of the pitch, or you can select it from the different values in the bottom underneath select area. So the drop down here, you have a few different areas within the pitch to select from if you don't want to use the click and drag. Again, you can use the sequence start event. So here we go, we've got the event data here. So we can say it has to be from a goal kick. When you click on event, you have the spanner icon, which allows you to select certain types of event options. So we said sequences starting in this area with a goal kick, and then we want to say it's got to have passed through a certain area. So maybe I want to say the centre circle. And then it's ending in this area of the pitch here, and it's ending in a shot. So if we want to select a shot, select sequence end event, and click on shot. Again, you've got the option to select certain shots. So whether that be a penalty shot, a big chance, blocked shot, a first time shot, an off target or on target shot, or a volley. I'm going to leave all those as selected, and you'll see on the right hand side that in the past year there's been one of these events happen, so where they've a goal kick gone through this area of the pitch and ended in a shot. We can go ahead and watch that now. So you can see it started with a goal kick. It's going through that area of the pitch we selected. And then it's ending in a shot. If you wish to, you can add this to a working playlist. To do this, select the event, and you'll see in the top right hand corner our working playlist ticket has now increased by 1. If we click on that, we can view it again. We can download that clip as an MP4 file. Obviously we can change the in and out timers by clicking on the clock icon. So we can extend the clip from 41 seconds, so we can go a little bit before when the sequence started or a little bit afterwards. There's the option down the left hand side to add this to a playlist or create a new playlist. So if we create a new playlist, click on create new playlist, give it a title. You can type a description in there, and you can link it to either a team or a player. Linking it to the team or the player will apply that to their profiles on their pages, so there'll be playlist links on those pages where we'll be able to find those playlists later on. we search for the team to link it to a team and select them and confirm. You'll now be able to see the list of your different playlists. You can go back and watch that playlist again. As stated previously, you can access the playlist from the squad page. So if you search for the team in the top right hand corner, click on the team name, and down the left hand side you'll see the playlist icon. Click on that, it will open a ProVideo tab. We've got the playlist on the right hand side. If we click on it, we'll see we've got a few different options. It'll play by default, so we'll just pause that. And you'll see we've got the 4 different options. You can edit the playlist, so we can edit the title and the description. You can reorder any events within the playlist. You can obviously play it, and you can email it out. Click on the email icon, you'll see the list of users in your system, and you can send it directly to them. Or you can email it to external users. Anyone who hasn't got access to the system will get an email with a link to download the file. You can also download the playlist yourself. So if you click on that, that will then send you an email with a link to download the file. In the search bar at the top, you can search player, team and competition if you wish. So if you want to just look at players playing in the league rather than a cup, you search for the player, for their team, then you can select just their league they're playing in. So obviously, like I say, it removes their cup competitions. So it's just going to be games in the league. So on the right hand side, it will just filter to competition, the competition that we selected, and obviously it'll be any sequences involving the player that we've searched for. We can always save these searches, so you click on the save icon here, and we can give that a name. So say player league only. Save as new. This then allows us to come back every time we come back to this screen to use the filter set icon and then search just on that one. So obviously, as time goes on, as more video is incorporated into the system, we can go back and just search on that one particular event. So obviously, if you're searching for certain sequences, you can save those as a filter set as well and come back and just search for that. You also have the ability to create your own clips within ProVideo. So if we search for a team, and we go to their most recent game, play the full 90 minutes. We can skip to a certain minute within that game by clicking on the clock icon and putting in a minute. You can skip to that, and then you can click on the record button in the bottom left hand corner to start recording your clip. And then you click on the stop button to complete the clip. On the right hand side, you can save the clip, so give it a title, give it a description, and then you can link it to a player or a club so it appears on their profile page. Save the clip, click on the save icon in the bottom right hand corner. So to go and view that clip, you just need to go back to the previous page, so click on this icon here, I'm just want to filter out everything, so we only view the clips that we've created. So we click on clips underneath the events header. On the right hand side, the clip will appear. You can make changes to the clip by clicking on the eye icon, so you can change the name of the clip, the description, and the length. You can add it to the playlist by clicking on the checkbox here. That will add it to your working list in the top right hand corner, and then you can add it to a playlist. And that concludes the demonstration of ProVideo. If you have any questions, feel free to email prosupport@statsperform.com.